I would say one of my favorite types of cases are any type of tax, actually. Income tax, payroll tax, sales tax. But my favorite type is audit-related cases. This is where we dive into obscure areas of the law and we can really make a difference potentially in the assessment of the tax, more than just the collections of the tax. So it's a two-part type of representation where I am first evaluating how much is really truly owed and arguing a position to try to reduce that assessment. And then worst case scenario, there's some tax left over, and now we're going to go in and fight over how little you really need to be able to pay in terms of that tax liability, whatever's left over. I am unique as a tax controversy attorney in two ways. I handle both the assessment of tax and the collection of tax. A lot of times tax practitioners don't want to deal with the collection portion. It can get kind of messy. To me, this is where a lot of the real work gets done. The audit case, the assessment part of the case, is where we're arguing over how much tax is actually owed or whether tax is actually owed. So it's very fascinating. We dive into obscure areas of the tax code. It could be multi-state issues, it could be federal versus state issues. But the first part is what is owed, is it owed? That's the assessment part of the case, and I really, really enjoy those parts because a lot can get done there. Now, after the assessment, if some tax is owed, and a lot of times something is owed, even if there's a significant reduction, now the question is, how much can you afford to pay on this tax liability? There's a lot of different remedies available at law for dealing with the tax so that you don't pay it in full. But before we get to that place, in a lot of cases, we have to manage the tax for a while. We have to enter into some type of a payment arrangement or establish the fact that we can't afford to pay. So this is the collection portion of the case. I handle both. And I'm particularly good at establishing long-term hardships, which is where we're managing the tax for a long period of time with a goal for eliminating the tax permanently, either in the form of bankruptcy with esteemed colleagues of mine who are bankruptcy attorneys, or perhaps through an offer and compromise, maybe penalty abatement. There's a lot of different options that are out there. We're looking for the one that's most appropriate for your case. But ultimately, managing the tax to get to the point that that permanent plan for resolution can be implemented. And I am the person who's just tremendous at making that happen, making that time go by, paying as little as possible to get to that long-term solution. So I hope you're enjoying these videos wherein I'm trying to connect with you and give you a sense of what to expect when you reach out to me for assistance with a tax issue or tax questions. If you enjoy this format and you'd like me to try to answer some questions for you using this format, please write into me and let me know what your questions are. I'd be happy to try to address them in these videos. Also, if you just have a question in general, just reach out and give me a call.